So in the past 30 days, I've never done this before until now, and that's to miss my deadline of having this in the morning. But you know what? It's all good. Actually, what I'm going to show you guys now is actually recapping yesterday, Saturday, of all the events that happened, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you the 3 things I learned while vlogging these past 30 days. So, 1 second. Morning time. Surprisingly enough, I actually woke up without an alarm. I've always woken up pretty early to do various things, quiet time, additional work around the house, just random things. But of course, all that's with a purpose because it's the morning time. It's a high productive time for me. Dora. I'm taking Dora out now. She's got herself caught. Don't judge me if I use the long leash to let her out. And I also have to follow up some client work. Actually do the same thing I do full time. Have been doing that for years. Just freelancing. I have photos to edit. Took photos of soccer team too as well. The engagement session. Have some videos to edit too. T-shirts to design. So gotta do all that by this weekend. So it was a very busy night, and also going to be a very busy day. Got soccer game today. In-laws going to be here, Abu and Gigi, as well as my mother's probably going to stop by. I have Neil coming to pick up some gear for his DJ gig, so it's going to be a very, very busy day, so hopefully I remember to record everything. So yeah, this is episode 30. Wow, we're at the end. This is it. Gonna miss doing this, but I will definitely re-up on much needed sleep and much needed other things. I'll explain that later. For now, I gotta get back to editing while the morning is still young before we have to head out. So back to more client work.
I am making arroz con gandules, slow cooked pernil for the first time. We'll see how it comes out. This guy, it's hot.
Bet that none of them brush their teeth.
Nothing.
Hey.
Alright, did you brush your teeth?
Yep.
Oh.
Did you brush yours? No. Did you brush
Right there.
Almost made
You
it.
didn't brush your teeth.
Why you keep saying cheers?
Good.
You don't want me to forget. Thank you. Give me 1 second. It's okay. I'll get in the middle. There we go. Oh, you just woke up. What's up, Elijah? I'm tired too.
We're at the surprise. I guess you're gonna stay in the car.
Elijah and Esther, I can stay here with you guys. Do you want to let Mommy and Daddy go into the pumpkin patch?
yesterday. It's always a good time to have Becky and Gabe in town. They had great fun with the kids, and even today, Sunday, was even greater. Spent the time at Chuck E. Cheese. I actually didn't even document that. Spent time to just enjoy them, you know, and enjoy the kids. So I'm actually in the same place in my garage. Once again, the same place I actually started this whole thing off. And the only thing that's different from the first time I shot this is that I'm not shooting with the DSLR. I'm shooting with my phone, just to show you that, hey, anything is possible, which I'm gonna cover in one of these points here, and the 3 things I learned from vlogging. I'm not even gonna apologize for things in the background. Actually, this could be product placement for some of the items that we're gonna list on Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace. So if you see something in the back, I'll throw some prices on there if you're interested. Just kidding. No, but seriously, we got a lot of stuff. I'm trying to clean out this garage. So here it is, 3 things that I learned from vlogging for the past 30 days. The first thing I learned, I'm always growing this, is to use what you have. You really don't need the most fanciest gear ever to like get started, you know? And actually for me to get started, I kind of looked at my camera, my 7D, the Mark I, the first one, and like, oh, this doesn't have autofocus for video. So what? I think just looking at some of those things actually crippled the idea of me actually doing this. So I've been thinking about doing this vlog for a very long time, kicked around the idea. My friend, shout out to Kyle Walden. I know we didn't get a chance to meet. I'm so sorry, but I do appreciate you, man, because you are the first person to reach out to me. We go back, North County days, North County Christian School, represent. But, you know, we ball together and all that. I would still like to meet up, but you were one of the first people that actually reached out to me and just asked me, it's like, hey, what do you need? Just encouraging me, trading that, you know, knowledge off, just getting started. But you were one of the first people to reach out to me in that. And your vlogs, and I'll link it down here in the description, but your vlogs that you did last year encouraged me. There'll be times I'm like, man, I'm really feeling this. What do you do on day number, 17? Because I'm on day number 17 or whatever for that particular time. So I'll go back and like rewatch and just get inspired once again. But you inspired me to do this whole thing. So thank you just for believing in me and supporting me too. That was really awesome. I have to be careful I don't compare myself with any of the other like vloggers that are out there. And just so you know, 90% of what you see, even now, I'm using my phone, but 90% was either filmed on my phone here, or it was filmed with an old GoPro, like the Hero, like the first GoPro ever. Like when they were, Moses parted the waters, they were, using the, vlogging. It was the same one actually. It worked for me. Time lapse, yeah, I did 30 frames per second. I'm good with that, but it captured what I needed to capture. And you never really want to have gear that cripples you from doing anything. Like, there's no excuse to get started doing whatever you ever want to do, It's just, there's the tools that are out there. Just gotta know how to use it. So use the tools that you have. The second one is to know your why. And now this was actually 2 reasons why I really wanted to do this vlog. So 2 reasons. First one is that I really want to prove it to myself that I can actually do it. Not so much that I can do it, but to take on this challenging task of doing this for 30 days straight. I do this full time, editing video for a full-time thing, just creating content, and now I have to come back home and do that. I really don't want to be sitting in front of a computer, but it stretched me beyond myself to know that I can push beyond the limits of what's comfortable to actually accomplish something like this. And I proved it to myself, and I thought that was really cool. And the second reason I really wanted to do this vlog is to really just try to take a stab of documenting our family adventures. Maybe in the near future, this could turn into like a family vlog for us, And in thinking that too, it's almost got me rethinking of what home movies actually are. I know you remember, VHS tapes, the high 8 tapes. Like, when was the last time you actually popped those in and watched them and just relive those experiences? The photos are cool, but I think with the video, it just adds a whole nother layer to it. I remember this time, my sister, when she was graduating from high school back in the 90s, I'm not going to say the year because I don't want to show the years. It was 93. So when she graduated from high school in 93, there was a video camera that we had that documented, kind of like the day of, just her getting, her graduating and then back at home with the party and stuff. And I remember, I haven't seen this in a long time, but I just remember my annoying little voice, being that nagging little brother. That's my job, But I remember the sights and sounds and just reliving that whole experience through video. Yeah, we got a ton of pictures from that, not all of them got developed, but something about the extra layer of like the audio, the movement, you can like see the interaction that we had. It was just, there's something about video, it just makes it so cool. So me documenting the family experiences that we have, it's gonna last a whole lot longer, I think, and I believe for video. I think we're kind of reaching that day and age. You may see it differently, but what I see is that, you know, maybe in a couple years or whatever, when Elijah or Esther or even Elsie, you know, when they're older, they're probably going to be editing or something like that, and they'll actually pull footage, you know, on YouTube, just from the vlog, you know, and they could be pulling footage from today's video, you know, and including in the project of when they were younger. And that's so cool to me. And it's kind of giving me this whole notion of like being the family historian, you know, just documenting that, you know. It's just really cool to be able to build on that, you know, and create those memories. And the last thing of the 3 things I learned from vlogging is to keep the most important thing the most important thing. I believe there are seasons where people shift in different like responsibilities or things that are needed out of them. At this particular season in my life, you know, I had a kid that just learned how to walk like 2 months ago. I had another kid who's just learning how to deal with her emotions and learning how to experience that. And then another kid who's just kind of in the why phase, you know, wants to know why things happen, or why we're doing this, or why we're doing that, you know, why is the sky blue, or some of those things. So that shows me that they need me more than anything else. I can't let my own selfish personal ambitions get in the way of the things that matter the most. And I know that they're in this season of my life, you know, they need all of my attention, not some of it, not just a little bit, but they need all of it. Now, if I get carried away with like these projects or something like that, you know, I'm gonna end up losing something I don't ever want to lose ever. Now, I know a lot of creatives kind of get carried away with their personal projects, that hustling or getting on the grind, where they miss the things that are right in front of their face, you know. This is the reason why I do it. It's for them, you know. So I just want to make sure I'm a good steward of that too. Losing what matters most definitely has long-term effects. I can't have that. I really can't. And one of the most important things too, you know, of course, with my family and everything else, but really first and foremost is my relationship with God. You know, I'm a Christ follower. That's really the most important thing in my life, is that my relationship with God is where it needs to be. You know, if I just get up in the morning and be on my grind and do all that things and miss the whole perspective on the why I'm doing this for and who I'm doing it truly for, you know, it's for God. And if I miss that, then I miss a lot of things. Nothing wrong with ambitions, but you really got to have a perspective on the who and the why. So these past 30 days have been awesome. It's been really cool to be able to share this experience with you. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I got to give a huge shout out for sure to Josh over at Elect Records for allowing me to use all the music in your library through the label, and all the artists and all the producers. I just wanted to send a personal thank you to you guys, just being able to let me use the music for these vlogs. I love it. I actually include some of the instrumentals and some of the songs that I use on my Spotify. I'll probably link it in the description here, so you guys can check it out. So that's it. That's all I got. 30 days are done. The vlog is finished. Good night.